Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 18th of May 2024. The special trading sessions on Saturday saw Indian equity markets extending their winning streak as the benchmark indices ended higher on both of the special sessions. While the BSE Sensex closed above 74,000, up 342 points, 0.46%, the NSE Nifty 50 advanced 35.9 points or 0.16% to end at 22,502. Talking about the corporate segment, we have agrochemicals manufacturer UPL Limited on May 13 reported a 95% drop in net profit at 40 rupees crore in the quarter ended March 31, 2024, from 792 rupees crore in the year-ago period. However, the profit jumped nearly 97% in the reported quarter from a loss of 1,217 rupees crore in the December quarter. Following the announcement in the stock exchanges, shares of UPL jumped 6%. The Mumbai-headquartered company's revenue also declined to 14,078 rupees crore in the fourth quarter from 16,569 rupees crore in the same period last year, a drop of 15%, the filing showed. Shares of Surma SGS Technology nosedived 17% on May 13 after the company reported subdued results for the quarter ended March 2024. Its net profit grew 6% on year to 452.1 for rupees crore, and revenue from operations rose 67% YOY to 1,134.09 rupees crore in quarter for financial year 2024. The company's EBITDA margin, however, contracted 222 bps YOY due to higher commodity costs and change in revenue mix. The EBITDA margin decline is due to a focus on high-volume-based automotive and consumer business with relatively lesser margins and higher input prices, according to Asain Securities. Surma SGS Tech's profitability during the January-March quarter was impacted due to higher depreciation and finance costs, the brokerage noted. Shares of Rail Vikas Nigam Limited jumped over 7% on May 14 after the company bagged an order worth 239 rupees crore from South Eastern Railway. The PSU firm informed, in an exchange filing, that it has got an order to provide an automatic block signalling system from Jolapate Junction to Erode Junction of the Salem Division of the Southern Railway. The order is to be executed within 12 months. Earlier this month, the Railway Public Sector Undertaking had informed that it has received an order from South Eastern Railway to meet 3,000 metric tons loading target. Shares of Cochin Shipyard zoomed as much as 11% on May 14 as the company bagged a large order from a European client for the design and construction of a hybrid service operation vessel, hybrid SOV, with an option for 2 more such vessels. The vessel is equipped with hybrid battery systems that improve energy efficiency and reduce carbon footprint. In a regulatory filing, Cochin Shipyard informed that the vessel is designed and built for the service, maintenance, and operational needs of the offshore wind farm industry in the European market where sustainable energy solutions are in high demand. The project is expected to be completed by the end of 2026, it said. As per Cochin Shipyard's classification, any order with a value of 500 rupees crore to 1,000 rupees crore is considered a large order. Shares of Mahindra & Mahindra Limited gained 1.5% to hit an all-time high of 2,306 rupees apiece on May 15, a day before the auto major is scheduled to announce its January-March quarter results. According to Moneycontrol's poll, the company's profit is slated to rise by a mere 2.5% year-on-year to 2,026 rupees crore in quarter for financial year 2024. While revenue from operations is expected to climb 7% year-on-year to 24,182 rupees crore in quarter for financial year 2024. Earlier, M&M's wholly owned subsidiary Mahindra Holdings executed a share purchase agreement for sale of its entire stake in New Delhi Centre for Site. Shares of Bharti Hexacom rose nearly 6% on May 15 after the Bharti Airtel Arm's March quarter earnings prompted Jefferies to raise the target price on the stock. On May 14, Bharti Hexacom reported 10.2% year-on-year growth in net profit at 222.6 rupees crore for the January-March quarter on the back of strong operating margin performance, strong customer additions and ARPU increase in mobile services. The company, which offers consumer mobile services, fixed-line telephone, and broadband services in Rajasthan and the Northeast circles, saw its revenue from operations grow 7.8% year-on-year to 1,868 rupees crore in the quarter. On the operating front, EBITDA for the quarter increased by 14.6% to 914 rupees crore with margin expansion of 290 basis points at 48.9% compared to the year-ago period. Shares of Aadhar Housing Finance extended the listing day gains and surged another 10% to scale a new record high of 362.35 rupees on May 16. The stock made a tepid debut on the exchanges, listing at 314 rupees per share on May 15, almost at par with its issue price of 315 rupees per share. The listing was also underwhelming for investors as it was below expectations. Prashant Taps, Senior VP Research at Meta Equities, anticipated a decent debut for the stock on the back of its reasonable asset quality and healthy return ratios. Nonetheless, follow-up buying in the counter lifted the stock to close around 5% higher at the end of its listing day. The buying also extended to the second session, lifting the stock higher for another day. Shares of Erkan International rose around 7%, extending gains for the third straight session. The stock climbed on account of high volumes as around 3 crore shares changed hands on BSE and NSE combined, higher than the one-month average trading volume of 1 crore shares. The stock is also trading higher on expectations of strong earnings in the Jan-March 2024 quarter. Erkan International recently informed that a meeting of the board of directors is scheduled to be held on May 21, 2024 to consider and approve the audited financial results, both standalone and consolidated, for the quarter and year ended on March 2024. The board on May 21 will also recommend a final dividend, if any, for financial year 2024 subject to the approval of shareholders at annual general meeting. Triveni Turbine's shares rose over 8% to hit a 52-week high of 654.40 rupees after the company posted strong earnings for the quarter that ended March. In the past 6 months, Triveni Turbine has gained 54%, outperforming Nifty 50 which gained 14% during the same period. May 17 marked the 6th session of gain of Triveni Turbine. The company reported quarter four results on May 16 with consolidated net profit up 37% on year to 76.2 rupees crore in January-March. The revenue from operations for the March quarter grew 24% on year to 458.1 rupees crore. Shares of Dixon Technologies shot up 10% to hit a 52-week high of 9,062 rupees in early deals after the stock was awarded a rating upgrade by global brokerage firm Morgan Stanley. The brokerage upgraded the stock to an equal weight from the earlier underweight call. The brokerage firm assigned a price target of 8,696 rupees apiece for the stock to reflect an upside potential of a little over 5% from the stock's closing price in the previous session. It is worth noting that the stock has already surpassed the price target guided by Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley also projects an earnings CAGR, compound annual growth rate, of 42% for Dixon Tech during financial year 2024 to 2028, which stood as the main premise for the brokerage's upgrade of the stock. Furthermore, the brokerage noted that Dixon Technologies has secured significant mobile customers over the past 6 months. MOIL Limited has moved up by 64.17% this week with a change of 215.40 points. It has traded with a net volume of 41.459 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 551.05 against the previous closing price of 335.65. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 402.22, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 551.05 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 77.49. Kirloskar Pneumatic Company Limited has moved up by 63.56% this week with a change of 471.90 points. It has traded with a net volume of 1.177 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 1,214.4 against the previous closing price of 742.5. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 946.90, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 1265 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 84.40. Ratan India Power Limited has moved up by 58.29% this week with a change of 5.10 points. It has traded with a net volume of 502.665 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 13.85 against the previous closing price of 8.75. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 10.45, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 13.85 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 73.24. Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy Limited has moved up by 55.19% this week with a change of 291.85 points. It has traded with a net volume of 12.877 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 820.65 against the previous closing price of 528.8. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 653.85, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 823 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 79.71. Nifty is currently in positive trend. If you are holding long positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 22,186. Fresh short positions can be initiated if Nifty closes below 22,186 levels. Nifty support levels are 22,374, 22,281 and 22,217. Nifty resistance 22,530, 22,594 and 22,687. Bank Nifty has entered into positive trend in last trading session. You can go long in Bank Nifty with stop loss of 47,371 on daily closing basis. Bank Nifty would be considered strong till it trades above 47,371 levels. Bank Nifty support levels are 47,853, 47,591 and 47,424. Bank Nifty resistance levels are 48,283, 48,451 and 48,713.
You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.